HotelTonight is a mobile application for last-minute hotel bookings. We are focused on three areas. One is mobile. We're a mobile-only company. This is how we were created. And the second is hotels. So we only work within the hotel space. And the third is last minute. So we work on the last-minute booking window. Our booking window is 7 days in advance. Definitely, we see this as a trend. That's one of the trends that our business is based upon, that people are becoming more spontaneous. What we see now is 50% of the bookings in Europe are done within 1 week in advance. So in the US, it's 50% of bookings done within 3 days. So we see a very, very clear shift when people used to book more in advance, moving into last minute. It is, I think, the main thing that I hear from consumers is that they like to be, free of their agendas, do less planning. Sometimes it's for business, so a lot of the business trips are being done last minute. So travel has become so much more facilitated. So people just hop on a train or hop on a plane and go on a business trip. And obviously, there's people who like to get away this weekend. So they look and they say the weather's really nice. I'm going to go to the mountains, or I'm going to go to a city. And some of it is people who just book in their own city. So they say like, I want to extend the night, I want to celebrate something. And what we enable is we provide the technology that enables that. And obviously, like, people are more demanding or on the go. They like to have everything on demand. So our product and our platform enables that, enables people to basically take that spontaneous behavior and use our product in order to capture that. You see a lot of companies that try to be the best at everything, or try to build out a lot of different areas. What they end up being is mediocre in each of them. So we are focused on a niche, but that niche is very, very big, and we are the best at that niche. And that's how we feel we can make the most progress. So it's always about, saying, what is the thing that is going to pay off the most for me right now? And focusing on that. Sometimes we have to pass up business opportunities that come along to remain focused, but I really think that's what made us really successful. So one of the things we spoke about is spontaneity. So we see that the booking window is shifting. People are booking much more closer to when they want to stay. And I think it's also, there's the timing, but it's also like physically. What we see is about 40% of our bookings today are done with something like 100, 200 kilometers from where the person is actually going. So people are sometimes arriving at the destination or are booking on the way. So again, going back to this trend of like on the go, that's something that we see very, very prominently. Specifically for us, within the hotel industry, there are a lot of things that are happening. I mean, I'm sure that you guys as a hospitality school are aware of all the consolidation, a lot of chains that are merging, a lot of acquisitions that are being done that is impacting very, very strongly what's happening in the hotel industry. And we see this kind of, I think, very, very interesting, where the big groups are trying to become more boutique, are trying to create like a variety of different brands, have the different brands in their portfolio. I think that's something that's very, very interesting, and that we will continue to see. So I'd say two things. One is you have to be very patient. So I think starting a company and going into becoming an entrepreneur sounds very glamorous. It's very difficult in the beginning, and when you look at all the companies, even the biggest disruptors like Facebook, like Google, it took a while from the moment somebody had the idea and started the company until they became big. So there's a moment where something happens, but the beginning is always hard, and there's always iterative, and then you start with one idea, it doesn't necessarily work. It takes time to raise money, it takes time to find the right people to build a team. So you have to be very, very patient, and you have to understand that nothing happens. It's very rare, let's put it this way, that things happen really, really fast. Once you get over that point where you have a really good product market fit, or you've been able to disrupt some kind of space, then things can pick up and take really, really fast. And I've worked in some companies where that has happened. But you have to remember that the beginning is very, very tough. And I think every entrepreneur you will speak to will tell you that. And the second thing, which I think is somewhat related, is you have to be very persistent. So while that period of things are not always necessarily working out the way you thought, you have to continue and be at it. It's being starting out a company is a roller coaster. Like there's ups and there's downs, and there are days where you feel like everything is going the way you thought it would. There are lots of disappointments along the way. So I think it's important to stay focused. I think what's made HotelTonight successful, one of the biggest things is the fact that the company has been very focused. We are doing today what our founders set out to do 6 years ago, and they had a vision, and they're now realizing this vision. And I think they could have very easily deviated along the way. As I mentioned before, with a business opportunity here, a business opportunity there, this kind of investor or this kind of partnership. So it's very important to be very persistent on and looking at the target that you're aiming at, and kind of keeping course towards that.